Okay, everyone, buckle up, because today we're really diving deep into a case that's both a true crime podcast and a novel. Talk about meta, right?
Totally. Listen for the lie.
Yeah.
And what's wild is we get both sides of the story, the investigation, and the suspect's thoughts.
Yeah, it's like we're getting away with something, getting inside the mind of Lucy, who may or may not have murdered Savannah Harper.
And she claims she can't remember a thing. Amnesia or a convenient alibi. That's what we're going to unpack.
Exactly. So picture this. Plumpton, Texas. Small town, everyone knows everyone, secrets are like currency.
Oh, the book captures that perfectly. You can practically smell the sweet tea and judgment. And Lucy's return, let's just say, opinions are divided.
Divided is an understatement. Some welcome her back, others are giving her serious side-eye. Nobody's neutral in Plumpton.
Especially Nina, Lucy's old friend. She's skeptical from the get-go. And as the podcast digs deeper, we learn their friendship wasn't all sunshine and roses.
That high school fight they had, turns out that's just the tip of the iceberg.
And then there's Matt, Lucy's ex. Every detail we learn about him just screams red flag. Controlling, manipulative, especially towards women.
Yeah, his behavior with his second wife, Julia, sent chills down my spine. It's like his need for control, it follows him.
Speaking of control, that brings up a huge question. Where was Matt the night Savannah was killed?
Right. It's like this elephant in the room, everyone tiptoeing around it. Even the podcast host, Ben, kind of hints at it, but then drops it. What's that about? Red herring or something more?
Keeps you guessing, that's for sure. And just when you think you're starting to get a handle on things...
Bam. We meet Grandma, Lucy's grandmother. Now, she is unwavering in her belief that Lucy is innocent.
Throughout the whole thing, never doubts her for a second. It makes you wonder what she sees that others don't. Blind faith, or does she know something?
Exactly, and that's what we're going to try to figure out. Is Lucy a cold-blooded killer, an innocent victim, or something in between? This is going to be good.
And here's where we get into the nitty-gritty of Lucy's amnesia. Is she really blocking out that night, or is there something more sinister going on?
Right. Like, how much can we trust our own memories, especially after something traumatic? What if she did see something, or worse, did something? Wouldn't her mind want to just, like, hit delete?
Totally. And the book gets into this whole thing about dissociative amnesia, where your brain basically checks out to cope with trauma.
Whoa. Okay, so then there's that, but also put yourself in Lucy's shoes for a sec. Everywhere she turns, it's accusations, doubt, even from her own family.
Talk about pressure. You start to wonder if all that outside noise could actually warp your memories. Plant seeds of doubt, you know?
Yeah, like, is memory even reliable? Or can it be twisted even without meaning to?
Exactly. Which makes you question everything. And if you thought this case couldn't get any wilder, hold on to your hats. Because Savannah, she wasn't exactly the angel everyone thought she was.
Oh, tell me you're talking about that interview with Maya, the one that almost got left on the cutting room floor.
Yeah. Hearing Maya talk about Savannah's past, how she even killed someone back in high school, total game changer.
Right. Suddenly Savannah's not just the victim. And the fact that Lucy helped cover up that killing. Talk about a tangled web.
Seriously. Makes you wonder what else is hidden beneath the surface. What secrets is this town sitting on?
And then just when you think it can't get any crazier, we get that flashback scene in the book.
To the night of the murder, seen through Lucy's eyes.
The tension, the fight with Emmett. And then that moment where it seems like Lucy, she's the one who delivers the fatal blow.
Talk about intense. It feels like we're finally getting some answers.
Is it a real memory? Or is it the guilt, the suspicion, all getting jumbled up in her head? It's like, how can you ever be sure?
Right. And just when you think you've got a grip on things, Act 4 throws a major curveball. Lucy's confrontation with Emmett.
Emmett, he finally cracks, right? Admits he saw Lucy that night. But then, get this, he says he was protecting her.
Yeah, wait. Protecting her? By letting her live under a cloud of suspicion all these years. Doesn't really add up, does it?
Not one bit. It makes you wonder if maybe he's not being totally truthful even now, especially with him trying to silence Lucy permanently, like Ben saw.
Exactly. And that's what makes this whole thing so unsettling. Because even if Lucy didn't kill Savannah, you've got Matt and the Chases all covering things up, protecting her. Even if it means
obstructing justice, denying Savannah's family closure. Like when does love cross the line into something darker?
Right. It's a tough one. And for Lucy, if she's innocent, she's still caught in the middle of this web of lies, whether she knows it or not.
Talk about a no-win situation. And then there's Emmett's motive. Was it guilt? Or was he trying to manipulate the situation, come out on top?
So many possibilities. It makes your head spin. Even with him behind bars, you still get this feeling like we don't have the full story.
Right. Like those loose threads in a sweater, you pull one and who knows what unravels. It makes you think about what truth even means in this whole mess.
Totally. Like Lucy wonders at the end of the book, is there one truth? Or just different versions of the story? It's something that sticks with you.
That's the thing about true crime, right? We crave those answers, that sense of resolution. But what happens when the answers just lead to more questions?
And what if the truth is messier, more complicated than we ever want to believe? It makes you question everything.
No easy answers, that's for sure. If you're as hooked on this case as we are, definitely check out the Listen for the Lie podcast, A&D the book. It'll give you a lot to think about, that's for sure. Until next time, keep those thinking caps on because the truth, it's out there somewhere.